as a full board. So, as many of you know, we have a state party to elect our upcoming board leadership on August the 8th. Preparations are being made, meetings are being had. I encourage all Democrats to march forth in unity with endurance, the race that has been set before us. Now, I'd like to think we can also phrase it as, let us march forth in unity and with integrity. The State Democratic Party is so divided we are no longer focused on the future of our state. Our state party is hanging by a thread. We must have endurance and integrity along with forward progress in unity in order for real change to be had. So I encourage every one of you who is listening and every one of you who is watching to heed the words of my father. I will end with this. While my father finds comfort in Scripture, as many do, I find comfort in historical moments and speeches. Some of you guys may know. Barack Obama, for example. Yes, we? Yeah. There we go. Dr. Will Boyd, Alabama fan? Alabama. There we go. But one of my favorites is Doug Jones, who said the state of Alabama is not a football state. And I happen to highly agree. But there is one phrase, a song, actually, that comes to me particularly today for a very specific reason. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? We all know that song. It is sung by the late and great Mr. Rogers, but here in Alabama, we are lucky enough to have a Mr. Rogers of our home. So, Mr. Rogers here himself, he knows his facts. He understands the goal. And Wayne, on behalf of Integrity Alabama, I formally offer you our endorsement. You're allowed to say you are a man of integrity.
Thank you.
So, thank you for letting me speak a little different tonight. Even if it was different from usual, occasionally my dad's words are so great they must be shared. Don't do that. Remember Points in Progress, our event for the Zillennial Democrat in Huntsville, September 27th, Yellow Ribbon Parade. And we need 4 donations to impact. But lastly, join in an ecumenical call to march forth in unity, holding fast to the task set before us. Because just like my father in his 5K,